When it comes to health, men don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, that's one of the less than surprising findings, probably, on a new study from the Cleveland Clinic. It's called the Mention It Survey. Now, new this morning, John Shumway is here with some of the things that we should all keep in mind, because it's a real detriment not to be talking about some of these problems.
Yeah, and that's very true. And we say all should keep in mind, because while the survey certainly focuses on men, ladies, you might want to keep these things in mind when it comes to the man in your life. When it comes to what men talk about with other men, sports is number one. Only 7% of the time does health even come up. 53% of the men say it's not something they really need to talk about because there's no need.
Men have a tendency to maybe overestimate how healthy their lifestyle is.
When men do open up about their health, it's usually to a significant other or definitely within the family. Dr. Peter Byach says it's concerning that about a quarter of the men surveyed say they watch television more than 5 hours a day and scroll social media for a couple of hours.
One of the things that I emphasize to my patients is how their day-to-day decisions, are going to be reflected in their physical health.
The survey says men put their family's health above their own, and 65% are hesitant to seek help for stress, anxiety, or depression.
So it's something that really needs to be put out in the open and discussed with their own individual support systems, whether that's their wife or their family or friends. And also it's important to engage with a mental health provider.
When it does come to a man's health, the biggest concern is a heart attack, followed closely by cancer. Only 30% will seek help for a sexual dysfunction.
Sexual dysfunction is one of the most common issues that men can get, particularly with age. And oftentimes it's associated with other health issues.
And when it comes to stressors, the number one thing that men say is money. Now, the good news is the number of men who get a yearly checkup is up to about 60%. However, when something is wrong, 61% of men say it has to be unbearable before they'll think about going to see a doctor.
Yeah, and think about what that means. That delay can save lives. So are there any health issues that guys will share at least with other guys?
I love this. According to the survey, we're really comfortable talking about our sports injuries. I went out there, I played hard. Oh, my leg, it hurt. And also, if we have a close call, it's a good story. We'll talk about that. But the rest of it, no.
I was going to say, Dave, real quick, if you think about it, whenever, even my father at times would be like, oh, my knee hurts, but I'll be okay. And the pain persists until it gets to a point, like you said, that they don't have a choice. They have to see a doctor.
Well, they don't want to admit weakness, I think. Yeah.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. In a very deep, booming John Shumway voice.
Best I could do this morning, David.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, John.